Everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your host, Tony Coleman, and today I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of my earnings for the month of July for passive income. Um, for those of you who haven't watched my videos before, I basically just go down the list, starting with the ones I earn the least on, and work my way up to the highest earners. And then I usually also give a reason for why I either made more or less on those that month, or maybe why I stopped running an app, or sometimes I'll even mention a new app I'm testing or something like that as well. And to kind of give you an idea, I'll also sometimes explain why my earnings may be different than yours. There could be different factors for that, so that way it's not misleading like some of the beer money application reviewers do. So I'll get started. My first one was control my SMS. Every month on the first, usually between the first and the fifth, depending on if they're having issues or not, they will automatically pay out to your PayPal. I have multiple phones. I had, I think, seven payouts from them in July. They came to a total of $2.20. So that's seven cell phone services for only $2.20. Obviously, you're not going to make a lot of money off of Control My SMS, but it's a little extra if you have a lot of phones and have service on them. It's worth running because it's all in the background. It's passive. It's easy money, and you never know. You might get up to enough of them to actually pay for one of your lines or something. But I made $2.20 with it, so that just taps into the total of everything else. So the next one was Packet Stream. Packet Stream I don't actively run all the time. I don't like the VPN apps as much. Yes, they can be good earners for you. Yes, they can be extremely passive and easy, but they can also be extremely dangerous. So I'll kind of get in that when I start mentioning Honeygain. But with Packet Stream, I made $5.60 last month. I will be honest, most of that was probably through referrals because, like I said, I try not to run them a whole lot, and I'll explain why here in just a moment. So the next one was SMS Profit. SMS Profit is another texting app. That one you just receive texts, so you don't have to worry about sending anything to people. Again, I have multiple lines, so I tend to get a little higher profit than some people. I ended up pulling $8.07 for the month of July. That's pretty much enough money to pay for one or more cell phone services, depending on what you're getting. Yes, there are cell phone services as cheap as like $5, sometimes a little bit less if you're considering the fees on top of it. But if you got one of those cheap services, it's almost like getting free service from having it. But you will not make $8 a month off of just one line, so do not be deceived by that. You will need multiple lines for it. It is a slow earner, but they pay out quick. You have to have a minimum of $2, which isn't a lot to get to, which is why it makes the app even greater. Because some of the apps you have to have like $5, $10, $20 or whatever. With SMS Profit, you only need $2 to be able to cash out, and so they usually will pay you out within an hour or two of claiming it too. So that's been pretty nice. I do have a video on it if you want to take a look at it and see what the app is like, but it's pretty simple. So that brings me to Chequity / Loot TV. Chequity is a get paid to site, also referred to as a GPT site. I have a video reviewing Chequity, so if you want to figure out what that is or get a feel for it, feel free to check out my video. But basically, the only thing I'm doing in Chequity right now is cashing out my points from streaming videos from Loot.tv. I made $9.26 in July. That is because I cashed out for 10. They make you pay the fee like most GPT sites do, and some of the apps even. So after PayPal took their cut, I got $9.26 from them. That would bring me over to mobile performance meter. I cashed out. I have multiple accounts with it, or multiple devices with it. Um, Unfortunately, not every device can get it because there is a limitation on how much they saturate locations, device types, carriers, stuff like that. And what I mean by saturation is if you're in a heavily populated area and there's a lot of people with mobile performance meter, they've only got so many seats to fill before they say they have enough for their monitoring. So you may not be able to activate, you may be able to activate all of them. Good luck. I have some lines that activated just fine, and then others that no matter what I do, they won't activate. So I don't know if it's the phone, if it's the carriers, if it's the area, all the above, but I think we're pretty much saturated around here. So I ended up claiming $10 in July from Mobile Performance Meter. That was in Amazon gift cards. Also, some people qualify for 10 points per day, some only get 5 points per day, so it is a very slow earner, but it's very passive, sits in the background, easy money. So, next up is Telefia. I cashed out $11.50. I do have a couple accounts in the house. My wife and I both have accounts, so cash those in, and they all went to my PayPal. So you can usually earn about $5 a month because it's $1 a week plus an additional bonus $1 per month. I have a video on it. Feel free to check it out. It just shows you basically an overview of it, and it's a pretty straightforward and simple app. They also pay out really quick, usually within 24 to 48 hours. So easy money, easy to leave in background. You don't have to do anything except claim the money whenever you're ready to claim. They do have a minimum of a $3 cash out. They are USA only, so I know some people in other countries have tried using them, tried skirting the system. It is what it is. Maybe they'll support you later in the future. I don't know. So that brings me to GG2U/ Hideout TV. GG2U is another GPT website similar to Chequity. I really like GG2U. They pay out quick. He actually pays out PayPal multiple times a day. He usually does gift cards are a little slower, and Bitcoin can be a little slower, but he's really good about getting that out. And if you have to email him or message him through Discord or what have you, he's usually pretty quick to get back to you. So definitely a good site to go through if you want someone reliable and helpful. But I cashed out twice in July, $7 each time, so that was $14. What I was cashing out was my Hideout TV earnings. I streamed the videos from Hideout TV, and then I cashed the points out through G2U. So that would bring me over to Swagbucks. I'm not doing a whole lot with Swagbucks right now. They don't have any solid earners in my opinion, other than playing the apps, downloading, installing, and playing the apps, the mobile games basically. But I'm not into doing all those. They actually aren't passive in my opinion because most of them, even if you use an auto clicker, usually they need a lot of attention of sort. And so even though they can be good money, I don't think that they are conducive of most people's time. So they're definitely geared towards the high schoolers and teenagers and such. So I haven't seen the views offer in my accounts lately. I know others have seen it popped up and they've done it, but I haven't had any of those. So most of my earnings are going to be referral earnings or coupon printing. Every once in a while I'll run the mobile app just to see if the videos are running better, but not a whole lot coming through. So that was $16.14 for July. Again, not a lot of money, but it was passive for me. It was easy, so I'll take it. That brings me to Honeygain. I'd mentioned it a little bit earlier when talking about Packet Stream. Honeygain, I try not to run much on my own personal network because it's dangerous in the sense that you don't know what people are running when they are going through your connection. And so they could be doing illegal activity. They could be stealing digital content, like downloading games that they don't have rights to. They could be pirating movies or MP3s, and that all comes back to your internet connection. And even if you aren't doing it yourself, you are responsible for everything that comes across your network. And since they're exiting through your connection, it looks like they're on your network, and therefore it looks like their traffic is your traffic. And so when places like the MPAA or what have you start cracking down on people torrenting or blatantly just downloading illegal content, they'll send your ISP a notice, a cease and desist, and then your ISP will get a hold of you and do the same thing to you. They may just give you warnings. They may end up actually shutting off your service, or you might actually have to go to court due to them actually prosecuting you. I have received cease and desist letters. I've mentioned in my other videos. I've received calls from my fraud department from the ISP, all because of Honeygain and Packet Stream. And there's also a few other services like Peer to Profit and IP Royal or Earn app, stuff like that. All the VPN apps, they're none of them are safe. No matter how much other people on the internet want to tell you they are, no matter how much the other beer money people want to hype it, they're hyping it because they want your referral. I'll gladly take your referral if you want it. I'll have it in my video description. But I'm telling you now, you take risk doing it. People in other countries other than the United States seem to have better luck with not having to worry as much because it all comes down to your region and how much they want to push the piracy stuff. But it is what it is. But Honeygain, I end up getting $21.56 off of mostly referrals. I'm not going to lie about that. Most of that was my referrals. I have an absurd number of referrals for Honeygain, and that is not a lot of money for the number of referrals I have. So if that tells you anything, most people are not running Honeygain long term, or they're not making a lot doing it. I know most people I talk to using a single account to device limit on that account are making usually like 10 cents a day. Sometimes they get a little more depending on if they get the content delivery or not. But content delivery is basically when people are trying to stream services and use your IP address to do it. So Honeygain, $21.56. Again, they are a company that makes you pay the PayPal fees, just like some of the others I've mentioned. So that will bring me to Survey Savvy. Survey Savvy, I've got a video on. It's pretty straightforward. If you install their browser add-on, you'll get $5 a month just for having it on your browser. They also have a VPN for a cell phone and a VPN for a tablet that you can download. And for each one you install, you'll get $5 per month, but you only get that one time for each device. Basically, you can get up to $15 a month easy just by leaving their software running and making sure it's connected. Now, you can have more than one account in the household. It's just one per person, but they each would need their own devices. You don't want to have them logging out of the same device and logging in on the other one to try to get credit off the same devices. I recommend using an old device that you just have laying around so that you don't have to worry about closing it out or what have you. I would not install it on another device that's also doing beer money apps because it will be detected as having a VPN, and that may interfere with the beer money app itself and then possibly get you banned. But Survey Savvy is pretty reliable. They send out physical checks. They are mostly worldwide. If for some reason it's not available in your region, they encourage you to contact them to see if you can get it added. They also do surveys that you can earn on top of the money from the applications. So that's partially how I got 25 instead of the 15, because normally it's just $15 a month, but I ended up getting $25 from Survey Savvy. It was a good bonus. So that you can also do referrals with Survey Savvy. Referrals doesn't come off of the installing of the apps. The income for it is solely off of if your referrals are doing surveys. So if they like doing surveys, great, get them on there. If your referrals don't do much with surveys, you're probably not going to earn much off your referrals. So that would bring me to my points. My points, I'm also not doing a whole lot with right now. I did earn $45 in July, cashing out. Most of that, again, is coming from my referrals. It seems like there's a big trend here. I do have referrals on certain things, and my points is one of them that I really don't do a lot with, other than I will sometimes print out the coupons or watch some videos, but I also wait for big offers like what Views was, and I will take advantage of those. So $45 in July for my points. Current Music, they're an app that I love and hate at the same time. I love the concept of it. It is earning well for me right now. However, I think the company itself is extremely shady, and I think they really need to turn things around to be a good company, because they will turn a blind eye to anybody doing ad fraud or what have you. They will just let you earn and earn and earn and wait until you actually cash out to try to ban you. So that means they made money off of you raping the system just not to pay you. And so they got their cut and then just gave you the big middle finger. While you got other people who are trying to play by the system and do it within the rules, and then they'll turn around and sometimes ban them doing the same thing. So it seems really harsh for me to say it that way, but it does happen a lot. They do get over aggressive with banning, and you have to get a hold of their support to try to get unbanned, and their support is terrible. If you put in a ticket, if you are lucky, you will get a reply within a week. Sometimes you get extremely lucky and it's within a day or two. Don't count on that being a regular thing. I've had to fight them on accounts for weeks before. Not necessarily just getting them suspended, but sometimes because of a cash out that didn't go through right, or they never delivered, and you're trying to figure out why it hasn't been delivered yet. Their support is terrible. Half of the replies you get when you finally get one is just an automated basic reply, usually accusing you of doing something wrong, even when you've done absolutely nothing wrong. And it's because they have no clue. They're idiots. They don't know what they're doing. Their fraud department is just BS. And basically they're just hoping that they catch the bad guys by randomly banning people a lot of times. I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They have really crappy videos out that show how sleazeball they are with their marketing. Their mode phone, they advertise it to be a great earner. Their mode phone does not earn you anything noticeable compared to buying any other cheapo phone, but yet they lie about how comparable the specs are for other phones that are much, much better than theirs. They have changed the price of the phone, I think, twice since they've released it, or at least they claim the price of it, and then whenever you go to buy it, now they say it's 50% off when that's the price that it was from the get-go. They advertise a redeemable reward in the app for the mode phone that they say is free. That's a lie, because you still have to pay shipping, and you still have to pay for an unlock, which they call World Unlock code, which they just basically are selling you the phone and charging you an extra $20 fee saying, oh, now we've unlocked it for you. They shouldn't even need to charge that, but they do. And so it ends up you still pay $30 out of pocket even after spending $50 worth of points to get this alleged free phone. And that's just an example of how shady they are with how they do all their marketing. They claim you're going to make $900, or you can make up to $900 a year just doing things you normally do. That's deceptive, because no, most people who use their phone aren't doing all the things that's necessary to make that $900 a year. You'd be lucky to get 600 a year, even in most cases. A lot of people don't earn very well with current, so you just really got to know how to work the system to get it. Now, I have multiple accounts, so that's allowed within the terms of service. I have multiple devices running, only one device per account, and so I ended up making $108 in July. 60 of that was from my Mode Phone affiliate link. Yes, I have a link for people to buy the Mode Phone. Some people actually want to buy it. Some people have a reason to buy it. If you're going to get a free Mode Phone using the code, you might as well use someone's affiliate link. Because it does help us out, but I think I've only maybe referred 3 people through my affiliate and got like a total of $60 out of it. And that's over several months. I think I started being an affiliate back in April, and it's already August, and I've only had $60 worth. So it's good money. It was good passive money because I didn't have to do anything but put my link out there. But I also don't recommend the phone unless you're using it for a very specific market. I personally use the Mode phones for things like SimCash, SMS Profit, Control My SMS, stuff like that, because I want multiple SIM cards in fewer devices so that I can cut down on the amount of space that I have dedicated to the Beer Money phones. So, but they are also an app that requires you to pay the PayPal fees. So each of my redemptions for $10 ended up being $9.60. So that's why total was $108. That'll bring me to my biggest earner for July, which was SimCash. I earned 1,655.53 euro. That actually was from June that got paid out in July. So as I've stated in my other earnings reports, those are always usually a month behind because I cash them out on the first of the month. So when I converted those, the euro to US dollars, it was $1,965.35 US. SimCash is international, so anybody can do it. Again, I have multiple phone lines in my house. That is not off of one phone. Several people want to come to my YouTube page and be like, aha, there's the trick. You had multiple phones. I've never lied about that, and I've been very upfront about having multiple phones to do that. So that was done probably with approximately 15 phones at the time, 15 phone services. So I go with various carriers, and I have different settings based on carrier. I change my settings based on how the market's going. I do look at the reports that SimCash sends out, and so I kind of roll with the fluctuation of things. So there's not just one setting I can tell you to set on those to make the most profit. Every region is going to be different. Every carrier is going to be different. Sometimes even the phone you use can make a big difference on how you earn or how often that you suspended or paused or what have you. But it can be good money. It can also be a huge pain in the butt. So trying to get a whole support to fix a line, you could be investing a couple hours of your time sometimes just waiting for them to do their thing or troubleshooting. Some carriers are better than others, so you just have to try it out and see what works for you. I will put some referral links, as mentioned, in my video description for some of these. That way, some of the apps will give you a kickback for using referrals. Some of them don't, but always use a referral link whenever you're doing these apps. It's a way of saying thank you to the people who get you into it and for educating you on it and helping you out. It's kind of just a courtesy, respect in the community. Some people are very anti-using referrals. They think that it's a bad thing to have someone make money off of you in any form. I argue it by saying anytime you get a job, somebody's making money off of you doing the job. It's no different, really. So in this situation, I find it more as a great way to say thank you, because it's not taking any money out of your pocket doing it, but it does give them incentive to continue helping you, and it also gives them incentive to continue telling you about new opportunities. So definitely use referrals if you can. They're not obligated. But for the month of July, total earnings in US dollars was $2,241.68. That was a good earning. I feel it's not as much as I was having at the end of December, beginning of January, when Gambit was making huge profits. But that's just how beer money goes. Some months, some apps do really good. Other months, it's a dry spell. So you just kind of have to roll with it, see where the money is. And sometimes it all comes down to what kind of money you're willing to invest and how long you're willing to wait, so on and so forth. So if you got any other apps that you would like me to review, feel free to drop those in the comments section down below. If there's something that you think it needs more elaboration, tell me. I'll definitely look into it. If you disagree with any information that I've put out there, feel free to point it out. I'd be glad to discuss it with you. Maybe I'm wrong somewhere. Maybe you're wrong somewhere. Or maybe we just have differences of opinion. But feel free to comment, like, share, and then hopefully I'll see you next time. Till then, have a good one.